Dana White announces some big upcoming fights in the UFC. We're reacting to them this time on Fighting with Friends. Welcome back to Fighting with Friends, the undisputed African fighting podcast champion of the world, speaking champions, ladies and gentlemen. I have with me today the reigning defending undisputed vegan champion of the world and our chief analyst, that is, of course,
Shoryuken!
Brother Guy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Shoryuken. Here we go.
There we go.
Hello,
BG.
everybody.
Oh, hey. So, BG, like I said in the intro there, some big fight news. We did, of course, make a video leading up to this announcement, giving our opinions on who we thought should get the fight. Personally, for me, Fiziev was at the bottom of my list. I'm not too sure where he stood on yours, but he did get the fight. So here we are, BG. Give us your thoughts on this one, bro.
Yeah, I'm not if I'm excited or disappointed about this one because he wasn't also on top of my list for the terms of the fighter that's supposed to get Justin Gaethje, or should have gotten Justin Gaethje. But like you say, we're here now. I think what could have motivated Justin is that maybe I beat this guy before I can beat him again. Because I don't know if Fiziev is guaranteed that kind of power or position to be put in a fight where it could be where it's a title eliminator and you are out for 2 years. I personally feel like you should have gotten a tune-up fight first. Just remind the fans why you were still considered such a top contender, and then get into the swing of things. He could have been a good welcome for Ilia Topuria for the division, really good welcome instead of Charles Oliveira. But yeah, like you say, this is where we are now. So it's now basically a chance to do another preview for this one. So yeah, when that time comes, we will do our detailed analysis on this fight. But honestly, I'm not too excited about this one, just because Fiziev, he was notoriously known for getting tired within 3 rounds, and then broke his leg and he's back after 2 years. Are you going to be able to go the 5 rounds with Justin Gaethje? I don't know. I'm not too amped to see it, but I was amped to see Justin Gaethje fight.
I think
It was
this
the
one
3
is 3
rounds.
rounds because he's on short notice. Yeah, it's only 3.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Like you said, but you said the fight is here. It's made, and I don't know of a single MMA fan who wouldn't want to see Justin Gaethje fight, who isn't excited to watch Justin Gaethje fight, regardless of the opponent. So for that reason, I'm still excited for it. Still going to be amped to watch it.
Yeah, look, I think we need to say fair play to Justin Gaethje for taking the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you've implied now, there's not really much that a win over Fiziev does for him in terms of title aspirations. So fair play for him to take the fight. On paper, it's a banger of a fight. The first fight was fantastic. So hopefully we'll see more of the same. Like yourself, initially when I heard the fight announced, I was quite disappointed because, like I said in our previous video, I think I made quite clear that he was at the bottom of my list in terms of full in here. So yeah, it is what it is. But again, on paper, it's a good fight. We'll definitely be tuning in for that one. It should be good. But just in terms of the stakes, I don't really see too much here. But fair play to Fiziev for throwing his name in the hat. Now, if he wins this fight, then he's in the conversation. You know what I mean? So Gaethje's obviously
Literally
more to lose here. So I hope that they're paying.
Yeah.
But
a big bag.
Yeah, I hope so. Because
I think it's safe to say there's definitely more to win for Fiziev than there is for Justin Gaethje in this kind of thing. Because now it's again a repeat of when he fought Max Holloway, where it was like you didn't have to defend your BMF belt and take that fight, knowing that you were training for a fight against Islam Makhachev. Now you're gonna have to go through this dude, which now basically means you have to wait a whole year to fight this guy, another year older, body's different. You know what I mean? I just felt like Gaethje, that opportunity he lost there, and in this one year might just be something similar. Because if he loses this fight, well, then there goes your shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's just
exactly.
more for him to lose. That sucks.
Exactly. Absolutely, bro. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments your thoughts. Are you as disappointed by the matchmaking here? Again, it's not a bad fight. It's just I think poor matchmaking in terms of creating a good narrative or an interesting narrative in the division.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it is short notice, bro. So what can you do? You gotta improvise. So yeah. BG, any final thoughts on this one before we go to our next fight?
I think it's gonna be a bit of a barn burner, regardless of the circumstances. Especially for the one what's the stakes for each fighter and what that looks like, and like you just mentioned, it's short notice. I think that's gonna make for explosion of an event, and particularly this fight. I'm looking forward to that one, and yeah, let us know in the comments, please. What do you have to say about this one? I know Babu's gonna get in there about Rafael Fiziev, so let us know what your thoughts on this one, this particular fight.
Yeah, I mean, I know Babu initially said he wasn't happy because, like yourself, he also believed that a tune-up fight would have been good for Vaziev.
Mm,
Uh, I'm not too sure about the Topuria fight. I also just don't know where that, if he beats Vaziev, where that puts him in terms
yeah,
of title aspirations. You know what I mean? Because he forfeited the title, so I think he'd be aiming to fight quite high up in the
quite
division
high.
if he
Agreed.
doesn't immediate title shot. But yeah, the next fight, as you can see on the same page, is also the John Silva or Jayan Silva Bryce Mitchell fight. Bryce Mitchell, of course, being in the media for all the wrong reasons these days. Um, so yeah, they put him up against a straight up killer. I don't know if there's kind of
Yeah.
this now that they want him to get his ass beat because of what he said recently. So BG, when you heard this one announced,
Mm.
what were your immediate thoughts?
Um, well, this is what John Silva asked for, didn't he, after his fight
Yeah.
last weekend against what's the Mongolian guy? I forgot his name now. But he asked for this fight, and I think there's a story behind it because of the whole Lord John Silva coming out to gospel music, coming out to with him. And you got Bryce Mitchell, that obviously he's a devout Christian. I think they wanted to kind of drive that narrative there. And Bryce Mitchell responded to John Silva's call out literally like instantaneously. He immediately was like, let me at him. I want to go at him. And honestly, AD, I'm actually excited for this fight. I really am. I do want to. I'm keen to see what John Silva looks like up against a high level grappler in someone like Bryce Mitchell. And Bryce is not too bad on his feet. Not as good as John Silva. He's not the cleanest of strikers, but he's not bad. But we know what Bryce Mitchell's all about. He wants to anaconda you as quickly as possible, get you down there, and just wrap you up quickly. So it's a good
That
style.
jitsu.
You know what I'm saying? So I,
Yeah.
I I'm very excited for the stylistic matchup, and both these guys are wonderful characters to watch on screen. And even the controversy around Bryce Mitchell, I still enjoy watching him fight. I still like the way he fights, and I'm a fan. So yeah, I think the UFC did a very good job of putting this fight together, especially because now for Jean Silva, he wins this fight, he beating a top contender in the division, someone that everyone considers to potentially be in the top 10. So, if I'm not mistaken, he is in the top 10. Who's Bryce Mitchell?
I
Uh,
think he might be 13th. I'm not
13th,
sure.
yes, you're right. Not too long ago, he was in the top 10. So, yeah, I think it's a very big jump for Jean Silva if he gets the job done. As for Bryce
Mm.
Mitchell, if he loses here, I don't know if anything changes for him. People really think he's a laughing stock of the UFC. So yeah, I don't think anything changes for him if he loses.
Yeah, he brings entertainment value whether you love him or hate him. And like in this
Exactly.
WWE era of the UFC, they're not gonna cut a
Yeah.
guy like that to draw so many eyeballs. So yeah, but just I mean, we've never seen Jean Silva really come up against a grappler. I don't know if you have any
No.
thoughts regarding how you think he fares against the wrestling of Bryce Mitchell.
So I'm glad you brought that up. MMA Guru brought up something really interesting when he did his take on this fight, on this matchup, and he mentioned that not Price, but Jean Silva when he fought Charles Jourdain. Now, okay, granted that all the fights that Jean Silva was in, he got the knockout successfully. But when he fought Charles Jourdain is not even a wrestler by any way, shape, or form. And he was able to take Jean Silva down countless times in their fight before getting finished in the second round.
Mm.
So, and Bryce Mitchell is by far a better grappler than Charles Jourdain. So I definitely think that Bryce has got something there that could disrupt the rhythm or disrupt the momentum of Jean Silva right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, a very fair point. So yeah, we'll definitely have to train his offensive and defensive wrestling. And yeah, looking forward to seeing that one then. But yeah, I think Jean
What are
Silva
you?
or Jean Silva is on quite the run.
Yes,
And just being the form fighter and blah, the fighting nerds, blah, they their whole angle is they nobody studies tape like them.
yes.
So you can bet that Jean Silva is gonna be very well drilled for this fight,
Mm,
and I do see
mm.
him getting it done by KO. against Bryce Mitchell.
Highly likely.
That's how I see it going down personally. But ladies and gentlemen, of
Me
course,
too.
let us know in them comments who you got
I
here
just
and why.
I
PG.
just like I just like that angle that MMA Guru brought up. It's a very good point that can easily be missed because we caught up in the awness of what John Silva is bringing to the UFC right now. He's a very
Mm.
interesting character to watch, and I feel like at the moment we're all falling for the Fugazi at the moment.
We're riding his
Until
hype train here.
yes, until he meets someone that removes it, and then we go, oh no, So the one thing that makes me feel that he might just be that guy is that he's filled out very similarly to Ilya Taporia, and he's also coming into the same division with Ilya. Ilya was in the same fashion. This
Mm.
character that's cocky and aggressive and confident, and just believe everything he says, and then does what he says. It's very similar shades of Ilya Taporia's entry. So I'm just that's why I was like, this might be the guy, but I still want to see him up against someone that isn't the Charles Jourdain. I want to see him up against someone that has been around the block, and this
Mm.
is exactly what we're going to get in Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's not only the Jay and Silver order, it's also the whole Fight Nerds order, man,
Fight
that's kind
nerds,
of
yeah,
playing into it because they've been on such a run recently. And yeah, it's just very
they haven't
difficult to
lost
bet against any. Yeah, exactly. It's very difficult to bet against any of the fighters, all stone cold killers coming out of that gym. So yeah,
literally.
exciting times, exciting times. So yeah, I gotta go with my boy Jean Silver. PG, what was your final early pick here before we keep moving?
I agreed with you when you said he's gonna get the knockout. I want to see Bryce Mitchell put him in some deep waters, but put him into a lot of adversity, and then he gets the knockout after that. And then I'm gonna be like, this is the guy. He's going to
Yeah,
be the killer of killers.
contender.
You know what I'm saying? But I do think he's
Mm.
gonna get the finish. I think he's gonna knock Bryce out. But I don't even do it easily, man. I want him to struggle first.
Yeah, yeah. Put him up in some adversity and see what he does. Yeah, because
Yes,
it's been relatively easy for him thus far. So
exactly.
yeah, that's always a good measure of where someone really stands in a division once they faced adversity. So yeah, fair play, BG. But we've got another fight to get to, yeah, and that is in the
Woo!
light heavyweight division. Absolute banger, this one. Jamahal Hill coming up against Khalil
Oh,
Rountree Jr.
can't wait.
So striking extravaganza. This is set to
Yeah.
be. It's gonna be. It's yeah. It's this. I think this in terms of matchmaking is the best fight that they've announced or that we're gonna
Mm,
segment here.
agreed.
But on this one, BG, your
Mm.
thoughts, bro?
Yeah, no, dude, you can tell by my reaction. When the moment I heard it, I was like, thank goodness. Because I remember talking about this matchup when we did our recap of Jamal and Judy Paraska's fight. I did say, put these two guys together, put Jamal and Khalil together. We're going to get a mad fight. And then here we go. Dana White has heard what the fans had said, and let's go. This is going to be obviously in April 26th, Kansas City, as you can see on screen. So put the market calendars because this is going to be probably a contender for fight of the year. Just by knowing the two of them, looking at how they fight, looking at their styles, watching their careers, they don't put up boring fights. They don't. They put up wars every single time. So someone's going to sleep.
Yeah, it's very interesting in the sense that Khalil Rountree Jr. is taking this fight on quite a quick turnaround.
And
So it's
Jamal,
almost sorry, Jamal. Jamal is taking it on quite a quick turnaround.
yes.
Khalil maybe not so much, but he also fought relatively recently. But more so
Mm,
Jamal, excuse me.
mm,
So which lets me know that he's like trying to make a statement here. He realizes that he's got limited time. He's trying to
yes.
stay active even though he's coming off what was it, two knockouts in a
y-
row now, two
Yes.
knockout losses in a row. So yeah,
Yeah.
fair play to him for turning it around and coming back and trying to get in there so quickly. But I'm not sure if it's the best idea, especially when you're
Mm,
coming up against a killer like Khalil.
mm,
Um, I feel like Jamal's ego has taken a very big beating over the last
oh,
few fights. You know what I mean? And this move is purely based out of anxiety. He's trying to get back in there
what?
and get it back. You know what I mean? He's trying to get that. He's trying to get his pride back, basically. So
Wow.
I feel like that's. But if he wins, then he kind of gets credibility back, especially if he beats Khalil. But I just feel like
Mm,
the turnaround is too quick, bro. You should take maybe you
yo.
should take a bit more time out and just chill out and, you know.
What were the damages that he took in that Prash? Because what I mean, you make fantastic points, very
It's
fantastic points. What were the damages that he took in that Prashka fight?
I
Was
just
it
know that
broken?
it was a big finish. That
It was a
it
massive
was a
finish,
big
yeah.
knockout, bro. It was a big knockout, and
Because
also
you onto something here, idea. I think you are. I thought he was actually fine because a fighter won't say put me in if they didn't recover enough. Especially someone like Khalil Rountree who's in the top 10 rankings. He's number 8. It's a high stakes matchup. Jamal must and his coaches must think, okay, he might be recovered enough. I personally feel like it is a bit too short. I agree with you, but maybe there's something we don't know.
yeah. I mean, look, yeah. I just feel like the shots that he took in those fights, especially the finishes, were
Yeah.
it was big knockouts, and two of those in a row. I think maybe just take a bit more time and get
Yes.
your X's and O's in order before you get back in there. Because again, you don't want to rush into a fight with a monster like Khalil. Because yeah,
Mhm.
it's a very dangerous fight. But yeah,
Do
so
you
on
think?
yeah.
Sorry, go on. You had a question.
No, I was gonna say on that note, in terms of early prediction here,
Mm,
are we going with Khalil because of the short turnaround, or how do you see this one playing out, bro?
mm, mm, mm. Before I answer that question, I was going to ask you: do you think that maybe the short turnaround decision was built because or it was motivated by Carlos Ulberg person Jan Blachowicz, and that's also coming up very soon,
Mm,
and that could implicate the movement of Jamal's ranking. You know what I'm saying? Because Carlos Ulberg is
yeah,
number 6 now, Blachowicz
yeah.
is number 3.
Look, only he knows. Only him and his team know.
Mm,
But it's. I think it's a sound theory. It could stand
mm,
up. You know what I mean to scrutiny.
I
So
don't know.
maybe there's something there. I'm just kind of speculating. Of course, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just very strange for me to see him take because
Mm.
I think the turnaround from Pereira was also relatively quick. I'm speaking under correction, but
Um.
the time between those two fights wasn't
Let me
as
just.
short as this turnaround, but I feel like it might have been like maybe 2 or 3 months. Because
That's
Alex is
very
also
short.
very active, bruh. You must remember Alex is very active. So I mean, let's just check.
Yeah, I'm trying to log in here to load up Jamal's record. I know we know Alex has been very active over the course of the last 2 years or so. Um, but is it has it been that short? But it is a very short turnaround since the Prohaska fight. That's a guarantee. We know that. Khalil Rountree fought Pereira in October.
Yeah, so April 2024. Well,
Okay,
oh, was this the
January.
loss? Okay, nah, then that's a very big turnaround. Actually, now
That's
I'm
a big
talking shit
jump,
then.
yeah.
Yeah, but this one is very short, bro. Look there, January 18th. It's February 27th today. When is the fight
Yeah,
scheduled for?
next week. No, not next week. Sorry, April 26th.
27th. Oh,
April
April.
26th. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I guess fair play then. It's 5 6 months. We've seen fighters take fights on shorter notice, but yeah, I do feel like if he was smarter, he'd take a bit more time and really get his X's and O's sorted out. Because if you lose two
Mm,
on the slide, bro,
mm,
you gotta
yeah.
reevaluate. And I think at least
Yeah.
take the year off, bro. I'm not sure how old he is, but
Jamal, I'll tell you now. He's over 30.
91, so he's 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess he needs to kind of make hay while the sun's still shining. So fair play to him.
I get it. And Khalil Rountree is in I'm in Jamal's mind and I look at Jamal's skill set and how he fights. And I'm him. I'd also say give me Khalil Rountree. Just because he just fought for the title. Khalil's obviously being considered. I know he's ranked number 7, but UFC's considering him to be quite a contender. And Jamal is taller. He's got rangier combinations. I feel like he feels that he can take this one. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. But I can understand why he would take it. Because also, if you look at the rest of the division, Rakic, because Ulberg has got a fight against Blachowicz. So Praska obviously won his fight. He's waiting for Uncle Ivan to get their shit sorted. So that leaves only one person left to fight. That's Khalil Rountree.
mm,
And if he loses this fight, he loses to number 7. That could be a problem for Jamal.
yeah, that could
Yeah,
be a very big problem for his aspirations.
yeah. But you
But
asked
yeah,
me.
Your
How's,
early
how's
pick on this one, yeah.
early pick on this one? I'm gonna go with my guy Rountree on this one. He's gonna use the
Mm.
Muay Thai. But actually, no. I love Rountree. That was a bit of a biased decision. My technical mind is telling me to go with Jamahal Hill.
Yeah, look,
And you?
also, again, a recency bias because I think Khalil kind of shocked the world, safe to say, when
He
he
did,
put up
yeah.
such a big fight against Pereira. Everybody expected him to get starched, and he had Alex in trouble a couple of
Oh.
times. I think so. By that math, the amount of problems that Khalil caused Alex compared to Jamal, doing some MMA math here, and that as a result of Khalil winning this fight and probably knocking him out. Because that's just, again, it's just recency. Khalil's performed
Yeah,
well. Jamal's gotten knocked out in his last two
twice.
fights. It's kind of leading to one result. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, I'll be happy for either one of them. It gets the job done. My heart wants Khalil Rountree to do it because I'm a big fan of him. Only because I watched him from the Ultimate Fighter, so there is that biasness towards him.
Mm.
But Jamal is no joke, bro. Even though he got knocked out against Prochaska, let's be fair. Like he fought well. I mean, it was a crazy fucking fight, bro. It was
It was a very good fight. Yeah,
yeah, I
it was a
loved
very
it.
good fight.
So I think
But
it's gonna be
but
that
the
kind of
thing
fight.
is, it was a good fight for me because of the way Prohaska performed.
I
Because
see
for
you.
bruh, Jamal was chasing shadows a lot of the time.
He was missing quite a bit. He
Head
was, but
movement
he
was
also
just
did
too
land.
intense for this man, bro.
Yeah. I don't know if Khalil's gonna be doing that. You know, Khalil's
Nah,
gonna Muay
Khalil's
Thai
just
him.
gonna high guard him
Yeah, he's just
and
gonna
then
Muay Thai
step
this
in
guy.
there. So yeah, but I'm also gonna go with Khalil for this one.
Yeah.
But of course, people, let us know in the comments your choice here, who you got and why. So BG, we've got one more fight to get to.
Sure.
Unfortunately, not saving the best for last year, but it's a decent fight depending on how you look at it. It is Marlon Chito Vera,
Yo.
formerly one of my favorite fighters, is coming up against Mario Bautista. When I heard this one, I was just like,
Mm,
whatever. But I
whatever,
think it's
yeah.
an excellent opportunity for Bautista to break into that top five. I think Chito Vera, for some reason, is still hovering around that top five,
Yes.
even though I don't
He's
think he
number
should be.
7.
Oh, is he at seven now?
Yeah, he's
Okay,
number
well,
7.
excellent chance for Bautista to break into that top seven then.
Mm.
And yeah, it's Cheeto's been on a slide, so it's a logical fight. It makes sense for the two of
Makes
them to be
sense, yeah.
fighting. But I'm just
Not much
concerned
hype.
about Cheeto and his slow starting because it's a 3 round fight, and you know this man is a notoriously slow starter. I remember mentioning that in his last fight against Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and Bautista also just I see the way this one is going to play out is that Batista's going to keep Cheeto up against the fence because Cheeto's just going to allow him to kind of
Mm.
assert dominance, and then Cheeto's going to make a rally in the third round, but it's not going to be enough. Bautista
Yeah.
wins a 2-1 unanimous decision.
Yeah.
End of
Outwrestles him.
story, bro. Yeah,
That's
that's
what
how
I
I see
see.
it play out. So I don't know from your side, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I'm not too hyped about it. Particularly because I think it's because of it's this downward spiral of Marlon Chito Vera right now, and you're hard to get behind him because of how he showed up in that title fight against O'Malley. We're like, oh, he's gonna do something wonderful, but then he doesn't. So it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And then you got Mario Batista on the other side, who for some reason the fans hate him. The fans don't like this guy. They don't think his
Because
style
he
is
beat
wonderful
Jose
to watch.
Aldo, bro. And
In a
nobody
very
and a lot of people thought he lost that fight. But it's
lost.
not his
I
fault, bro.
I also thought he kind of lost the fight, but in the same breath, I was like, isn't kickboxing? It's more, it's MMA, and it was Jose's responsibility to get Mario off him, not Mario's
Yeah.
responsibility to get Jose off him. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It was Mario's responsibility to win the fight, bro. That's what he
to
did.
win the fight,
You know
and
what
that's
I
what
mean?
exactly what it did. Even though it's boring, it's getting the W. It might not win him all the fans, but it's gonna get the dub. And
Yeah.
in this fight, it might be exactly the same thing, where he'll do a very safe, competent job of avoiding Marlon's heavy bombs. He might be more active than Marlon Chito within the moments where they're resting. He might just keep going because Mario doesn't get tired. Let's be honest. This dude does have a gas tank on him, and he likes the level change. He likes a bit of that staying in your face kind of thing, and that might just be exactly what gets the job done for him. Because I don't think he's going to stop uh, Marlon. No one does.
No, no, never, 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 never. We can safely say this one is if Vera loses, it's gone the distance for sure.
Yeah, you're not going to knock him out.
I'm 1,000% sure you can bet the house on that one, ladies and gentlemen. But look, we have to give respect to Mario Bautista, bruh. He came up
Yes.
against Jose Aldo, absolute killer, bruh. You're gonna
Yeah.
do whatever you need to do to win that fight and take as little
Yes,
damage
sir.
as possible. Because if Jose starts landing on you, bruh, it's gonna be a very difficult night. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you don't want that.
he he again, it's that I think it feels like we've been talking about this a lot recently, but that kind of game plan fighter who just kind of
Yeah.
goes out, does the business, knows how to win rounds. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's kind of what I see here. You know what I mean?
Me too. Yeah. Look, I hope Chito knocks him out. I hope Chito does and does his thing and make the fans roar for it and get Babu amped for more blood like he always does. But Mario is one what I like to call an A student, the student in the class that
Mm,
not everyone's wants to be his friend because he's just quiet, he's just getting A's all the time and he's not really making a
yeah.
thing about it. He's that kind of person, man.
Mm,
Yeah, because of that kind of individuals, they're just always gonna get things right in a very safe manner. That's how he's gonna fight this fight. Because, like you say, you don't want to be in there and fight against someone where where you're fighting them at their domain. Jose Aldo, you don't want to strike with this dude for too long, at least. Unless you're Peter Yan. But
mm.
yeah, Mario, he's gonna do it. He's gonna nullify Chito Vera. That's how I
Yeah,
see it playing out.
I do agree. Do agree. But of course, once again, ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments your thoughts on this one, especially if you have a different opinion, because this one
Yeah.
seems to be quite predictable. PG.
I have one more thing. There was another fight that was announced. Um, it was I didn't get the date of it properly, but I'm just gonna look it up again. It was uh, Jose Aldo versus Ayman Zahabi.
Yeah.
That was the other one.
Do you want to talk about that one?
Not really. I'll talk about it when we do the card.
Okay, fair. I mean, look, just very quickly on that, Jose Aldo's not going to be here for much longer, so
Mm,
I don't know why they're giving him this kind of fights. You
exactly.
know,
I
make the
don't
prize
want to.
fights.
I was gonna say something bad when I didn't want to end it like that, so I'd rather wait for when we do the review.
Now, we of course still have some fantastic news here, BG. We'll go to that now. This is our comment sections. I don't know if you can zoom in a little bit there just to
I
show
can.
the people and maybe just tell them about what you'd like to share.
So I just want to, since we're now obviously in the space of 1,000 subscribers and we're reaching that level that keeps an eye, I think it's important for us as a channel to also reach out to our audience as members because it is the audience members that has helped us get to that number. So big ups to you. And what I saw yesterday in one of our comments that came out, which was quite nice, it warmed my heart. I saw it this morning. As you can see, it was 21 hours ago. Um, I did a video on the One Championships Friday fight cards that's taking place this Friday. And we got a nice comment from Tomo, I hope I'm saying that right. It's Tomo ZT9WS and said, appreciate these Friday fights previews. I don't see this level of detail other places. It warms my heart and also the rest of the guys at the Fighting with Friends. And there's also more comments that came out there from Benny or Benit just 30. I'm not too familiar if I'm saying this right, but please let us know if we are saying it correctly in the comments. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way.
How's he gonna let you know how to say it in the comments?
Isn't there a voice chat by now? I'm sure there's
Sound
a
it,
voice.
sound it out. Give us the syllables.
As you can see on screen, love your content, brother. We love the support. Maybe one day that's coming from me. And then also you said, or she said, we'd love to see more content in the future, brother. I really do admire and appreciate y'all's work. We love and appreciate the support. And I speak on behalf of the rest of the Fighting with Friends team, where this really does mean a lot and it goes a long way. So keep it up, and we will keep doing this for you guys.
Absolutely, BG. And as you can see there, Jed Cupido is also hyped. Let's go.
Let's go.
But yeah, give thanks for the time once again, BG. And ladies and
Thanks.
gentlemen, thank you all for your time. If you made it this far in the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We are well on the way to 2,000 subscribers. We'd be very grateful if you could
Let's
help us
go.
make that happen. But from myself, BG, BB Jedi Knight. All of us here at Fighting with Friends have a fantastic week, and we will see you next time on Fighting with Friends.